What's up guys, I'm Vocal Strike and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of the Duelist Link Evolution. Last time we started the Waking the Dragons arc and got to meet Critias and Heramos. This time we are going to be taking on Balin in fighting for a friend. Joey chased after one of the robbers, Balin. I know that guy. He's the one that took my. Right you are, mate. Look, pal, I want my back. Then why chase me? She happens to have a mind of her own, you know. She did. At least she did before you guys brainwashed her. You don't get it, mate. No one was brainwashed. Mai chose to join our side with her own free will. And do you know what? Want to know why? She was sick of taking a back seat while you got all the fame. Then I stepped in and changed all that. You messed with her head. That's what you did. She was one of my best friends. But that last time I saw her, she was saying things that Mai never would have said. Wake up, Wheeler. I led you here to get rid of you for good, because Mai can't be happy with you around. And what does that mean? You're a constant reminder of what her life used to be, and Mai wants to forget all that. But as long as you still exist in this world, she'll never be able to forget. So I'm here to erase you for good. Plus, I know that deep down Mai still loves you, and I can't have that. So what do you say, Wheeler? Do we have ourselves a duel or not? Not that I'm giving you much of a choice. I never back down from a challenge, especially when I'm fighting for a friend. Now let's duel. In the anime, Balin used very unique cards. They were actually cards that looked like battle armor that he would wear. So whenever he attacked with his monsters, he himself actually attacked. But those cards only exist in the anime. They don't exist anywhere else. But in this one, if my memory serves, he uses Deskbot monsters. Deskbot cards. Let's give him a running captain. Damn. Oh, there's a seal. Is there a reason? Once the opponent's monster during damage calculation, you can activate this effect once per battle. Your opponent takes no battle damage for the rest of this turn. Also send one Despot monster from your deck to the graveyard except Despot 4, and if you do, this card that gains attack and defense equal to the monster's level times 500 during damage calculation only. If this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you can special summon 2 Despot monsters with different levels from your hand and or graveyard in defense position. This should buy me some time. Okay, yeah, and here's our first instance of a Gemini monster that I talked about a while ago. This card is treated as a normal monster. This is Red Eyes Black Flare Dragon. This card is treated as a normal monster while face up on the field or in the graveyard. While this card is a normal monster on the field, you can normal summon it to have it become an effect monster with this effect. If damage calculation is performed involving this card at the end of the battle phase, you can inflict damage to your opponent equal to this card's original attack points. You can only use the effect of Red Eyes Black Flare Dragon once per turn. Dead hand. So he used Spot 3's ability. This isn't good. Actually, no, I lost. Okay. Let's try that again. Seal of Orichalcos right off the bat. What do we have? Oh, we got more, okay, here's more of Heramos' fusions. Rocket Heramos Cannon. Must be special summoned with the Claw of Heramos using a warrior monster. If this card is special summoned, target one other face-up monster on the field, equip this card to it. It can make a second attack during each battle phase. Also, if it attacks a defense position monster, inflict piercing battle damage to your opponent. And Red Eyes Black Dragon Sword. Must be special summoned with the Claw of Heramos using a dragon monster. If this card is special summoned, target one other face-up monster on the field. Equip this card to it. It gains 1000 attack and 500 attack and defense for each dragon monster on the field or in the graveyards. Whose level is equal to the level of the ritual monster, which is 8. Once per turn during either player's turn, when a card or effect is activated except Lord of the Red, you can target one monster on the field and destroy it. Once per turn during either player's turn, when a card or effect is activated except Lord of the Red, you can target one spell or trap card on the field and destroy it. Ooh. Red Eyes monster, and this is a Red Eyes, so can't destroy the Seal of Orichalcos with it, since it's only once per turn. $5,400 attack points. Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy. This is gonna be a bit of a fast duel at this rate. Bye. And say hello to Red Eyes Black Flare Dragon. Okay, yeah, if a Gemini monster is on the field regardless of the level, if you normal summon it as an effect monster, you cannot normal summon at all again. So like, for instance, I can't normal summon this Battle Warrior now, but I don't need to sacrifice either and it becomes an effect monster. And goodbye. Well, that was fast. You did it. You won. Goodbye. It's my fault. Don't be silly, Mai. I caused my own downfall. I thought if I won, I could make you forget about Joey Wheeler. But now I understand why he meant so much to you. The guy's got heart. Balin is actually very much like Joey. He'd rather settle things with his fists. Which is why his deck is the way that it is in the anime. Look what the Ori Calcos dragged in. My former employee. Now it's Miss Valentine's turn to send me a soul. Or give up her own. How could he do this? Balin's the one who told me I have to duel for myself. Then he turns around and fights you to protect me? How pathetic. He deserved this. Hold on. Balin may have annoyed me, but no one deserves to have their soul taken away and then held captive by some super power-hungry psychopath. I don't care who they are. Huh. You know what, Mai? As long as that Ori Calcos thing has control over your mind, I'll never be able to talk sense into you. As a matter of fact, the only way I can save you at this point is to duel you. Try saving yourself. I'm doing just fine without your help. Didn't you learn? If you cramp my style, you end up in a world of hurt. That Ori Calcos stone that's around her neck, that actually brings out the negative emotions in people. Which is why Maya's acting the way she does. I understand everything now, Mai. You forgot what dueling's all about, so I'm here to remind you about the heart of the cards. If you think you're gonna teach me a lesson about duel monsters, you're wasting your time. The seal of Ori Calcos. Exhausted from his last duel with Balin, Joey was unable to finish the duel. Congratulations. You win. I'm too exhausted to finish. You're wrong. I never attacked, so you didn't lose the duel. I won't let the Ori Calcos take you away, Joey. It's too late for that. I already lost the duel, so there's no turning back. I'm just glad that if one of us had to lose our soul, it didn't have to be you, Mai. Joey, no! Mai broke free of Dartz' influence over her, but Joey's soul was captured by the Ori Calcos. How could I be so selfish? You're the closest friend I ever had, and how did I repay you? By leaving you for a madman who promised me power. I'll make him regret the day he met my Valentine. No way. What happened? He lost the duel. Wait, does that mean... Yes, his soul belongs to Dartz now. And thus Yugi also gets Heramos. So let's move on to the duel against Raphael. And this is actually the second duel Yugi faces Raphael. Grappling with a Guardian. Yugi and his friends found Joey, but it was too late. Joey's soul had been taken by the Ori Calcos. What's going on here? Don't you see? Joey must have defeated Balin, and then Mai showed up. She did this to him, I'm sure of it. That's true. However, there's only one person we can really blame for all this, and I think you know who I mean. He hides safely in his fortress while others do his dirty work. Well, not anymore. Yugi arrived at Dartz' fortress, Paradius headquarters, and found an unconscious Mai. Mai, say something. She must have been in a duel. It appears she lost both the duel and her soul. I must put an end to this. It's about time you showed up. This doesn't concern you, Raphael. I'm here to see Dartz. Is your master so much of a coward that he sent you to do his battles for him? Not quite. But first, why don't you take this? Oh, my mistake. I thought Yugi took Heramos from Joey's deck. It's the Claw of Heramos. Joey's card. So you're the one who defeated Joey, aren't you? Actually, Mai beat Joey. Then I defeated her. But why? Wasn't Mai on your side? I never trusted her. And it turns out I was right all along. After she took Joey's soul, she turned on us. Biggest mistake she ever made. Wake up! Can't you see that your so-called master Dartz is just using you to satisfy his own selfish needs? If you really want to save the world, then stop fighting me and join my side. As soon as the great beast is revived, I'm afraid your side will no longer exist, Pharaoh. All it needs to get started is one more strong soul. And the sacred seal of Orichalcos will take care of that once I take you down. The winner leaves a free man. The loser becomes a prisoner to the beast. You're on. If that's what it takes to set my friends free, then let's duel. And once you're out of my way, I can go straight for Dartz. In the anime, again, this is the second time Raphael and Yami Yugi have dueled. The first time, Yami Yugi actually had the, what was it, Grimm's necklace around his neck before even realizing that the Orichalcos actually does bring out negative emotions like anger and hatred. And during the duel against Raphael, at some point, Raphael, during a duel, I think it was through the card exchange, Yugi got his hands on the Seal of Orichalcos card. Yugimoto. Now the duel was actually getting to the point to where both the card and the Orichalcos stone around Yami Yugi's neck was that goes around his neck, and it was actually braining out the negative emotions, and Raphael was trying to get him to play it, which worked. Yugi, of course, was telling him, no, we can't play this card. This is too dangerous. But he ended up playing it, and Yami Yugi started disrespecting the cards. And on top of all that, he tried to use his dragon, which is the Eye of Tamius. And what ended up happening is that Tamius did not work with the seal. And in the end, Yami Yugi lost. Oh yeah, Raphael uses guardian monsters. Wait, no, is it guardian? Oh no, I'm trying to remember what they were called. Rexton Weevil, who also joined Dartz' side just for the sake of getting rare cards and was hoping to get the God cards, which they didn't, which was required for the Great Beast, Rex and Weevil basically lose on their basically lost their duels like first time. And Weevil was really scummy. And this is actually the last arc that we actually see Rex and Weevil. And like I said, scummy. Weevil also, before I go into this further, I should mention that when Yugi lost the duel with Raphael, Yugi pushed Yugi out of the way of the seal, so Yugimoto's soul got taken and not Yugi's. Which is why we don't see Yugimoto in this part of the game at all. But what Weevil did was actually really scummy. He was holding up a card that, because you know, like the back of those soul cards look like any other Duel Monster card. He said, "Here's your partner Yugi," and then he proceeds to rip it in half right in front of him. Probably hoping to break his spirit and to mess with him. And he even admitted that, hey, it was just a common, you know, monster. It was just a common insect card. Yugi wasn't even here. And that did not break Yugi's spirit. That broke his temper. He used Breaker the Magical Swordsman and managed to bring its attack points down to 1500, then used Berserker's Soul, which allowed any monster with 1500 or less attack points to attack over and over and over again every time Yugi draws a monster. And he keeps drawing until he draws a spell card. So Yugi kept drawing and drawing and drawing monster after monster after monster after monster from his deck, and just kept wailing away at him. If you really did not hate Weevil during Duelist Kingdom and Battle City, you really started hating him in this arc, in Waking the Dragons. And before we continue on to this duel, since we are going to win, we have another Claw of Heramos fusion card. Must be special summoned with the Claw of Heramos using a warrior monster, the Goddess Bow. This is the Goddess Bow. Must be special summoned with the Claw of Heramos using a warrior monster. If this card is special summoned, target one other face-up monster on the field. Equip this card to it. While this card is equipped to a monster by this effect, negate the first effect, activated by your opponent during each battle phase. Also after that, the equipped monster can make a second attack during this battle phase. And Yugi is using Joey's Claw of Heramos. He was not chosen by Heramos at all. But since Joey's soul is kind of taken, well, he's able to use Heramos anyway. But Yugi is chosen by the Eye of Tamius. And it doesn't look like we're going to be seeing that card in this duel. What the Eye of Tamius does is that this is actually another Dark Magician support card. This card is always treated as a legendary Dragon Tamius. Target one Dark Magician monster you control. This includes Dark Magician Girl. Fusion summon one fusion monster from your extra deck that lists that monster on the field as fusion material, using it as the fusion material. You can only activate one the Eye of Tamius per turn. And what do we got here? Okay, so we got the two cards that requires Eye of Tamius. Dark Magician Girl, the Dragon Knight. Requires Dark Magician Girl and one Dragon Monster. Must be fusion summoned with the above materials for the Eye of Tamius once per turn. You can send one card from your hand to the graveyard, then target one face-up card on the field and destroy that target. Quick effects, like in the case with Karibo, and this is a quick effect as it states here on the card, can be used on your opponent's turn, so long as conditions are of course met. And Amulet Dragon, which is Dark Magician and one Dragon monster. Must be fusion summoned with the above fusion materials for the Eye of Tamius. Or with the Eye of Tamius. If this card is special summoned, target any number of spells in any graveyards, minimum 1. Banish those targets, and if you do, this card gains 100 attack points for each card banished by this effect. If this card is destroyed, you can target one spellcaster monster in your graveyard and special summon that target. So the Eye of Tamius is not just limited to those two fusion monsters. They can be used for any fusion monsters that requires Dark Magician or any Dark Magician Girl, or just any Dark Magician monster. Dartz fed you lies, and in a moment of weakness you allowed your heart to be consumed by the dark magic of the Orichalcos. But I could tell that the real you was still in there, fighting to break free. I knew what I had to do. Force you to face the darkness. You're right. Thank you. I get it now. Everyone I turned my back on is still here. And they'll always be with me. Hey, the seal is gone. Where'd it go? Doesn't it usually put on a big green laser show? Yeah, and it usually takes someone's soul too. So how are you still here? I'm lost. I have a theory. The seal of Orichalcos is powered by the darkness within the person who plays it. But Raphael was able to conquer that darkness. So my soul was spared. I'm free. And it looks like we're going to be ending the Waking the Dragons arc this episode. A duel with Dartz. After defeating Raphael, Yugi finally met Dartz face to face. Dartz. You were expecting someone else? Well, due to the carelessness of my employees, I'm the only one left. You can't find good help these days. Look, I want my company back, so can the small talk. Is that so? Well, guess what? We all want something. As for me, I want your souls. For the last time, release our friends. That's not possible. What do you mean? I mean, they've already been put to use. As we speak, their life energy supplies the power of the most devastating creature that ever lived. Oh great, now what? My 10,000-year-old collection is almost complete. Once I get yours, my beast can rise. Hold on, you've been collecting souls for all those years. Do you know how many lives you destroyed? Millions. Do some of these people lived in the past? So some of these people lived in the past. Now you're catching on. Ever since the Great Leviathan was laid to rest, I've been gathering the energy necessary to fuel its rebirth. As you could probably guess, Dartz is immortal. Come on, you expect us to believe that junk? Ye of little faith. Just duel me and I promise I'll make a believer out of you. For when you lose, there will be no denying my power. How Yugi wins this duel is another moment of Duel Monsters bullshit. Not gonna lie. You thought that was over in Duelist Kingdom? Nope. They decided to put one more bullshit move in this one. In the anime... yep, see, there's the Eye of Tamius. In the anime, Dartz is using Orichalcos cards, as well as cards that increases the power of the Seal of Orichalcos. Cards that don't officially exist. At least not the ones that affect the seal outright. Get rid of you. And... let's give Karibo. What do we got? Okay, so we got the Magic Hammer. Tamius, the Knight of Destiny. Right, in this duel, Yugi also has cards that can turn the three dragons into the legendary knights Tamius, Critias, and Heramos. As well as we get a new monster that requires the Fang of Critias. Must The Mirror Force Dragon must be special summoned with the Fan of Critias using Mirror Force. When a monster or monsters you control is targeted for an attack or by an opponent's card effect, except during the damage step, you can destroy all cards your opponent controls. Yeah. Then of course we have Tamius, the Knight of Destiny, which requires all 3 of the legendary knights. Which you need Tamius, which you need to use the spell cards in order to summon the legendary knights. I don't quite remember the names of the card that's used to summon the knights specifically. Must be special summoned from your extra deck by sending the above cards you control to the graveyard, and cannot be special summoned by other ways. You do not use polymerization. Unaffected by other cards' effects. Once per battle, if this card battles during damage calculation in either player's turn, you can make this card's attack and defense become equal to the attack of the monster on the field with the highest attack points, your choice of tied. When this card is destroyed by battle, you can special summon 3 legendary knight monsters from your hand, deck, or graveyard, ignoring their summoning conditions. But at the end of this duel, Dartz' life points did drop to 0 after Kaiba has also lost his soul. So this was all up to Yugi. Oh, yep, there's the legendary knight Tamius. Okay, so you need a Legend of Heart. Anyway, when Dartz' life points did drop to 0, but it did not end the duel. The reason being is because Dartz summoned a monster that was tied oh no. That was tied to his life points. So if the monster was destroyed, Dartz would actually lose. It's all I can play. But here's the... that doesn't sound so bad, right? Just destroy the monster and Dartz loses. Oh no, I have to equip? Oh yep, it says target one other face-up monster on the field. It doesn't say you can target. If it says target and without saying you can, then I can't, then there's like no option. Yeah, can't speak today. God damn it. That was a mistake. That was a big mistake. Oh, and I definitely lost this. Okay. But that doesn't sound so bad. Just defeat the monster and Dartz loses. One problem. The monster's attack points was literally infinity. I forget what it's called, but it looks like a giant snake. And do you want to know how Yugi managed to beat a monster with infinite attack points? He used the 3 legendary knights along with like either the effects of a spell or a trap card. I think it was a trap card. And 2 of the knights attacked the snake. And the attacks would bounce off of each other until the power was at infinite. Be right back. Had to go deal with my dogs. So the snake's attack power was at infinite. So what does Yugi do? He uses the 3 legendary knights, Heramos, Critias, and Tamius. Oh, Jesus. 5,000 attack points. Come on, give me something good. Give her you. He uses 2 of the legendary knights along with it's either a spell or trap card. I can't remember which. And oh. One face that spell or trap card on the field, banish that target. Once per turn with this card. I really gotta finish this train of thought before it completely escapes me. So the 2 knights' attack bounced off of each other until the power was infinite. Then he uses the 3rd knight to attack it a 3rd time, making the combined total attack power of infinity and 1. Yeah. Okay, so we got the 3 legendary knights here now. Legendary Knight Heramos cannot be normal summoned or set, must be special summoned with Legend of Heart. When this card is special summoned, you can target 1 face-up spell or trap on the field and banish that target. Once per turn, when this card is targeted for an attack, you can target 1 effect monster in your graveyard until the end phase of your next turn. This card's name becomes the target's original name, and replace this effect with that target's original effect. We have Tamius. Cannot be normal summoned or set, must be special summoned with the Legend of Heart. When this card is special summoned, you can target 1 face-up spell or trap card on the field and manage that target. When this card is targeted for an attack, you can target 1 spell card in your graveyard and set that target. And finally, the Legendary Knight Critias. Cannot be normal summoned or set, must be special summoned with Legend of Heart. When this card is special summoned, you can target 1 face-up spell or trap on the field and banish that target. When this card is targeted for an attack, you can target 1 trap in your graveyard and set that target. It can be activated this turn. Goodbye Orichalcos. And goodbye Supply Squad. And you can only activate Orichalcos once per duel, and banishing does not count as destroying. It is 2 separate things. Oh no. I also didn't mean to send Heramos from my hand to the grave, to the Banished Zone. Oh no, a dead hand. Critias is only for the traps, right? I think that's only for traps. Yeah, Heramos is for monsters. Another thing I should also note is that they don't use any of the duels from the movies into this game. And the movies, there are a total of 4 movies that I know of. There is a subbed movie that uses the same Season 0 intro, so I just call it the Season 0 movie. There is the Pyramid of Light, the Dark Side Dimensions, and the Bonds Beyond Time. Out of all of these movies, the Bonds Beyond Time is the only movie that is canon. And I lost this attempt as well. In the Season 0 movie, it was about a kid who loved playing the card game, but could not win a single duel to save his life. He then runs into Yugi and Joey, and keep in mind that that this is all coming from memory. I haven't seen the movie in a while. I'm suspecting that he's going to be using the Seal of Orichalcos turn 1 as always. But in the movie, in the Season 0 movie, the kid bumps into Yugi and Joey. Keep in mind, this is all from memory. And the kid manages to actually get his hands on the Red Eyes Black Dragon while he was inside a card shop, and it was not Yugi's card shop. Yeah, it does not increase attack power. And the lady in the shop said that the white dragon guarantees victory to its master. The black dragon only guarantees victory to those who want to pursue it. So the kid ends up, and the kid was actually losing, never won a single duel, and he was getting bullied about it. He thought he was also gaining basically fake confidence from it, and saying that there's no point in me dueling anymore because my win is guaranteed. I have the Red Eyes Black Dragon, which is not true. So when he bumps into Yugi, which Yugi had to go duel Kaiba, which is not an antagonist, believe it or not. Joey sees the Red Eyes and sneaks it into Yugi's deck without Yugi and the kid knowing. Yep, there's one of the Orichalcos monsters. Normally, which is of course cheating. Normally Yugi would be against this, but he understood why. Joey did drag that same kid to the duel. However, Yugi let it slide this time because he understood the reasons why he did it. And that was to show the kid that you should not be afraid of losing, because that's what he is. He's afraid of losing. Oh no. Things are going so well. And so when Yugi... Shit, dead hand. So when Yugi, and I lost. Oh, this is being a big pain in the ass. So Yugi had everything he needed to win the duel, which was the Red Eyes, Polymerization, and Meteor Dragon. You could and if you know Yu-Gi-Oh, you probably can guess what he was trying to do. However, he set the Red Eyes down because I think they were using the Duelist Kingdom rules. And he refused to play it until the kid is the one who says that to play it, because the Red Eyes is rightfully his. So when the kid shot at the top of his lungs, like, basically, which was, shot at the top of his lungs, like, you know, go Red Eyes, or I play the Red Eyes Black Dragon, etc. That's when Yugi actually played it, fused it with Meteor Dragon, creating Meteor Black Dragon, and winning the duel. The kid gets his Red Eyes back. And oh, I should have sent Dark Magician to the graveyard. Oops. And he also becomes friends with Yugi and his pals and starts dueling again. And this time he's not afraid of losing anymore. As for the other three movies, which were all dubbed, I don't think I really need to say much about those movies. But I will talk about, like, a bit of the main antagonists, what their goal was, and what type of items they were using. Especially one in particular. Because believe it or not, all of the movies, except for Bonds Beyond Time, are not canon. They are their own separate things. Yeah, that's what I thought he was going to do. This duel's becoming a bit of a pain. In the Pyramid of Light, the main antagonist was a character named Anubis, who Yami Yugi defeated 5,000 years ago in ancient Egypt. And his ambitions were trying to destroy the world using his monsters. And Anubis was the keeper of the Pyramid of Light. And the Pyramid of Light is essentially kind of like a twisted, darker version of the Millennium Puzzle. It is supposed to be equal in power to the puzzle. And it was originally supposed to go to Kaiba's ancestor so that he was on par with the Pharaoh. But in the end, Kaiba's ancestor became the keeper of the Millennium Rod. There's a seal. Oh wait, nope, no point. Nope! Wrong. Damn it. Oh, I need to get the 3 legendary dragons. If you want to actually see what happens, just go ahead and watch the movie. It's not bad, all things considered. Oh, there's one of them. I'm not going to touch Bonds Beyond Time just yet. Yes. Now I can summon all 3 dragons. One, 2, and 3. Nope, no point. Oh yeah, no, there is no point right now. Especially since I think I won this. Yep. You lose, Dartz. Your 10,000-year quest is finally over. It can't be. I've come too close. All I need is one more powerful soul and the Great Leviathan will arise from the depths of the earth. Too little too late. Our duel comes to an end. Now release the souls of my friends and everyone else you held captive. Brrr. Dartz failed to capture Yugi's soul, but Dartz merged his own soul with Leviathan to revive the beast instead. Powered by the light of his friends, Yugi retrieved his stolen Egyptian god cards and defeated Dartz and his Leviathan once and for all. Hey look, I guess the gods did pull through. Told ya, that means everyone Dartz captured is free. Is it really all over? Yep, you're safe now. Let's hit the high road, folks. I'm sure there's someone else trying to take over the world back home. You know, the scary thing is, he's probably right. Okay, this is going to be a fairly long episode because I talked about a lot. So in the next episode, we are going to end the Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters story in the final duel. Thanks so much for watching, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next episode.